Good evening. I'm reporting live from the Soul Sanctuary studios, where vocal scientists and industry theorists are currently scrambling to decode the most influential voice of 2026. Just weeks after a magnificent national anthem performance that brought 22 million viewers to their feet, the world isn't just listening to Roberts. They are trying to understand the mechanics of his divinely guided instrument. While the industry is used to the highly processed, auto-tuned perfection of the digital age, Roberts has introduced a raw, Mississippi-bred texture that musicologists are calling the Sandpaper and Silk movement. To the casual listener, his vocal runs seem like effortless, unpredictable magic. But tonight, we go under the hood to investigate the 10-point mechanical truth behind the runs that won 26 million votes and changed the gospel pop landscape forever. The first, and perhaps most distinct, element of the Roberts vocal run is what analysts call microtexture. In a modern music market saturated with smoothed-over, digital-perfect vocals, leans into the sandpaper a natural, light-bright grit that lines the edges of his high notes. This isn't the heavy, guttural rasp of a rock singer, but a sophisticated, high-placed compression that adds a visceral, human quality to every riff. Vocal coaches note that this grit is the result of decades spent leading church-bred worship in Meridian, where the emotional stakes of a song often demand more than just a clean note. To replicate this, a singer must master the art of twang in the epiglottic funnel, focusing the sound high in the mask of the face to create a bright, piercing resonance that carries the grit without causing vocal fatigue. It is this sandpaper that creates the immediate emotional ROI for his listeners. It sounds like a voice that has lived, struggled, and persevered. When climbs into his upper register during a run, this texture intensifies, making the listener feel as though they are witnessing a raw, unfiltered testimony rather than a rehearsed performance. This microtexture is the secret to why his runs feel so urgent and real, anchoring his gospel pop sound in a level of authenticity that autotune simply cannot simulate. Perhaps the most shocking secret behind Roberts' viral runs is how much he doesn't sing. While many of his peers in the 2026 industry attempt to cram as many notes as possible into a single bar, a style often derided as vocal gymnastics, is a master of space and stillness. He understands that the truth of a melody is often found in the silence between the notes. During his historic rendition of Tom Odell's Heel, utilized long, dramatic pauses that forced the audience to lean in, creating a psychological tension and release that made his eventual vocal runs feel like a cathartic explosion. Vocal coaches point out that his runs are conversational. He phrases them as if he is speaking a private thought, allowing the listener to breathe with him. This strategic use of silence is a hallmark of his divinely guided style, reflecting the Mississippi peace he often speaks about. By refusing to oversing, he ensures that every run he does execute carries maximum weight. For an aspiring vocalist, the lesson is clear. The secret to a viral run isn't speed, but the bravery to be still. This mastery of phrasing is what allows him to turn a 3-minute pop song into a searing, cinematic experience that feels like a spiritual journey. The powerhouse engine behind viral runs is a physical capacity we're calling Mississippi deep breathing. As a former physical education teacher at elementary, possesses a cardiovascular foundation that most pop stars lack. This allows him to fuel long, complex melismas with a consistent column of air that never wavers or sounds thin. This anchored support is what gives his voice its silk the buttery, smooth finish that follows the Sandpaper Grit. To achieve the Roberts sound, your breath cannot be shallow or chest-based. It must be drawn from the very base of the torso, expanding the diaphragm to create a stable pressure that can sustain a run through multiple key changes. This is most evident in his Grammy-nominated live version of Still, where he executes a series of cascading runs that seem to defy the need for oxygen. This deep-seated support is the secret to his vocal longevity. It allows him to deliver stadium-sized vocals night after night on the Boy Is Mine tour without damaging his instrument. It is the athletic side of his artistry, the whistle-and clipboard discipline of a coach applied to the sophisticated demands of a global superstar. Roberts famously told his American Idol mentors that he could sing any genre, from Chris to Disney classics, as long as he could insert himself into the arrangement. This insert strategy is the technical secret to his rhythmic swing. Most singers follow the metronomic grid of a pop song, but every run by shifting the timing to match his gospel roots. He often sings slightly behind the beat or uses hustle breaths to create a sense of forward momentum that feels spontaneous rather than rehearsed. This rhythmic independence is what allows him to take a rigid, radio-friendly melody and turn it into a soulful, unpredictable event. When he performs a run, he isn't just hitting a series of pitches, he is creating a groove within the melody. This ability to insert his Mississippi-bred soul into any musical structure is why he is currently outselling favorite artists who are boxed in by traditional genre boundaries. He treats the sheet music as a suggestion, using his runs to architect a new rhythmic truth that resonates with the 26 million people who voted for his unapologetically identity. The silk in the Roberts sound refers to his buttery R&B croon, a texture that serves as the perfect foil to his Sandpaper Grit. The secret to his viral runs is the hybrid resonance between these two worlds. Has the rare ability to shift his resonance from the warmth of his chest voice into the piercing clarity of his head voice without a noticeable break or flip. This seamless transition, what vocal coaches call a perfect, allows him to start a run with a soft, silky whisper and end it with a searing, gritty high note that can be heard at the back of a stadium. This hybrid approach is what makes his voice sound three-dimensional. It isn't just one-note soul. It's a sophisticated spectrum of sound that mimics the complexity of human emotion. To sing like, one must master the vowel modification techniques that keep the throat open while focusing the sound in the nasal cavity to maintain that R&B sheen. This silk is the polished, global superstar side of his routine, providing a professional finish to the raw, church-bred conviction that anchors his brand. It is this balance of rough and smooth that has made him a national treasure and the new king of gospel pop. In the world of classical vocal training, a vocal crack is considered a failure, a sign of poor control or fatigue. But in the divinely guided world of Roberts, the vocal crack is a highly sophisticated emotional tool. Uses the intentional crack to signal vulnerability, especially during the peak of a viral run. It is the sound of a voice breaking under the weight of the testimony he is delivering. This truth in his delivery is what creates the deep parasocial bond with his audience. It humanizes him, turning a superstar into a coach who is feeling the same pain and joy as the listener. By embracing these flaws, Roberts proves that authenticity is more valuable than perfection in 2026. He uses the crack as a sonic signature that signals he is unapologetically them. This technique is most effective during his ballads like Mississippi or Nothing Compares, where a slight break in the voice can bring a crowd of 20,000 to tears. It is the antithesis of the robotic, AI-perfected music of the industry, and it is a major factor in why his live moments consistently go viral. He doesn't just sing the notes, he sings the heartache and the hope, making every run feel like an honest, raw prayer. The spiritual engine behind vocal runs is what we call his pulpit pedigree. As the grandson of a bishop and a deacon, his vocal identity was forged in the fire of the Mississippi church. This church-bred conviction is the reason his runs never feel like showboating. There is an authoritative, divinely guided energy behind every riff that suggests he is singing for a purpose higher than just a Billboard chart position. This conviction allows him to take the crowd to church, whether he is in a school gym or a stadium in Miami. For an artist, this means the secret isn't in the throat, but in the intent. has stated that he views his platform as a digital ministry, and this sense of mission adds a weight to his high notes that secular pop often lacks. When he executes a viral run, it carries the conviction of his 26-year journey, the rejections, the resilience, and the faith, hard work, and heart that defines his brand. This spiritual armor is what makes his voice sound like truth, providing him with a recession-proof shield against the cynical, fast-paced nature of the music industry. One of the most heartwarming secrets behind the soulful bliss of vocal delivery is his status as a girl dad. Roberts has been vocal about the fact that when he hits those high, stadium-shaking notes, he is often thinking of his 3 daughters and Grace. This specific, focused motivation adds a layer of integrity to his runs that a generic love song cannot match. He isn't singing for fame, he is singing for their bankable future, and to show them that a coach from Meridian can change the world. This girl dad perspective humanizes his talent, making his viral runs feel like a promise kept to his family. It is this legacy over luxury mindset that resonates with the working-class parents who make up a massive portion of his 26 million strong voting bloc. When a song, he is infusing it with the love and protection he feels for his children, creating a resonant frequency of sincerity that voters can sense. This personal ROI is what transforms a vocal run into a cultural event. It isn't just a singer on a screen. It's a father building a fortress for his children's dreams. The truth about viral runs is that they are even more impressive in person. His Sandpaper and Silk texture is built on a foundation of live resilience. Unlike many favorite artists who rely on studio robotic fixes, his voice is a live instrument. His ability to maintain his complex runs while performing the national anthem before 22 million viewers is a testament to his persistence and discipline. He doesn't hide behind tracks. He embraces the unpredictable magic of the live moment. This resilience was forged during his 2 failed Idol auditions, where he learned that his value wasn't in a yes from a judge, but in the integrity of his effort. This cutthroat devotion to live authenticity is why he is a Grammy-recognized force of nature. He treats every performance as a testimony, ensuring that his Sandpaper, Grit, and Mississippi piece are present from the first whistle to the last note. This live power is his ultimate competitive advantage. In a world of processed sounds, Roberts is a raw, grounded antidote that the 2026 industry didn't know it needed. Finally, the ultimate secret behind the clarity and power of vocal runs is the Mississippi piece. By refusing to leave Meridian and move to the noise of Hollywood, has maintained a spiritual recharge that fuels his instrument. The lack of traffic, the connection to his church, and the grounded routine of being Coach Roberts provide him with the space and stillness needed to stay creative. He isn't burnt out by the machine. He is fueled by the soil of the Magnolia State. This sovereignty over his environment is what allows his runs to sound so fresh and divinely guided. He isn't chasing a trend. He is setting a frequency. This Mississippi piece is the foundation of the Roberts effect, a man who won the world without losing his soul. As he prepares for the 2026 Grammys, he does so from the same porch where he once practiced his first riffs, proving that the secret to reaching the heavens is staying firmly planted on the earth. Long live the king of gospel pop, the coach of Meridian, and the silk and sandpaper soul that has given the world a reason to believe in the power of the human voice again.